So, a little background here. A few days ago, I took a trip to Florida and I have a Sierra GMC EV truck, the Denali version, max range. And I had to go to an airport, and the airport had its parking lot outside, no charging stations at the airport. And I was leaving Wisconsin and flying to Florida. And in the midst of all this, the temperature like barreled down to sub-zero temperatures. And my vehicle sat outside for 72 hours in sub-zero temperatures. Arriving back here in central Wisconsin, it was negative 15 degrees. And it never reached a high of more than 13 degrees during this entire period. And I came to the airport with a battery range of like 61%. And I was pretty worried that my chances of not only being able to get home, get comfortable in the vehicle, get it warm enough, I was actually like, yeah, this is like one of the coldest stretches that we've had in like, I don't know, a really long time. And I think one of the news stations in Wausau said this was the sixth coldest day on record since the 1800s. That's impressive. So for all the people out there that like hate on EVs, I'm thinking, yep, this is gonna be their moment to shine. They're gonna say this is not gonna be conducive for Wisconsin weather. Well, here I am. I'm on my way back. I am warm. I'm comfortable. Normally I get about a range of about 2 to 2.1 kilowatts. I will say when a vehicle first started up, it did take a while to heat up. It was in turtle mode and it was using about 1 kilowatt for every 0.9 miles. As I've been driving for the last hour, it's got to a range of about 1.1 kilowatts. I'm actually stopping here at a Tesla charging station, as you can see right here, and just put a little extra charge in. I got about 40 miles to go before I get home, and I just want to have a little bit of comfort, because there is one thing I'll tell you. If I was to get stranded, and that's a big if, but if I would to get stranded, I know I have the ability to keep the vehicle warm, and it only uses a few kilowatts of power. So I'm gonna make sure that I got a good ample charge here. Spend probably another 5 minutes here. So for about a total of 10. And then I'm gonna hit the road and get back home. And yeah, so if you got any questions about it, comments about the vehicle, about how cold it is here in Wisconsin, please let me know. But yeah, overall, I'm still digging, still loving the EV. And I'm not really digging the cold. I mean, negative 15. It's cold. Anyway, let's get done here. So not to leave you hanging, but I did make it home last night, no problem at all. And I only used about 10% battery to get the rest of the way. I'm in my garage now, I'm charging. Throughout this experience, what I really recognized is once the vehicle got to a temperature after about 20, 30 minutes of driving, the driving habits were not nearly as dramatic as one would say. So if you're doing a lot of like commuting in really cold weather, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of battery drain. But as I noticed, as I got further along my destination and had some miles underneath my tires, the consumption of the battery was not nearly as bad as what everybody always talks about, but definitely was a decrease. But I was able to make it home. It's now charged in my garage, and it is beautiful and sunny out there. So that means the solar panels are doing all the work, and the next road trip will be free. Thanks for tuning in.